on the board. We can see the solved problem here. We are going to rationalize the denominator by conjugating it. So the first problem we have here, and this is the second problem. So we have to rationalize it by conjugating the denominator. For this first one, if we conjugate the denominator, we have root 1 plus x minus root x. So here it's going to be root of 1 plus x, and the sign in between will change to be positive, all over root 1 plus x plus root x. So we are done conjugating it. So we have to multiply the numerator and the denominator. So if we multiply the numerator here, we can see that both the numerators of the both fractions are the same. So we are going to have root 1 plus x all square plus 2 root x into 1 plus x plus root x all square. And for the denominator, since we can see that the sign in between the root of 1 plus x and root x are different, so here we have a difference of 2 squares. We can see it clearly that it will now be root 1 plus x all square minus root x all square. And from here we have that this is 1 plus x, because this will cancel out, and here the same thing goes. So what will be left is 2 roots of x into 1 plus x and plus x. All here the same thing applies, and we have 1 plus x minus x, and we know that x minus x becomes 0. So what is left here is just 1 at the denominator, and anything all over 1 is the same thing. So we can now write that this is 1 x plus x gives us 2x, and we bring back the 2 root x into 1 plus x. So this becomes the final answer of this problem. So we can now try to do the same thing here. Here we were using variables such as x. So now let's try using the values which are given to us. We can see that 3 is the same 3 that is here, and we still have root 5, and we have root 5 here, but the difference is just the sign in between the both of them. So we can take the LCM of this fraction we see here, and this now becomes 3 plus root 5 and 3 minus root 5. And for here we will now have 3 minus root 5 minus 1. We bring out the bracket, 3 plus root 5, and here what will be left with is 3 minus root 5, and if we simplify the bracket here, we'll have minus 3 minus root 5, because the minus sign is multiplying each and everything in the bracket here. So remember, the denominator is a difference of 2 squares, and it's equal to 3 square minus root 5 square. So this now becomes 3 minus 3 minus 5 minus root 5 minus root 5 all over 3 square will give us 9, and the root 5 square is still the same as 5 below. So 9 minus 5 gives us what? 3. This will give us 0, and what will be left is minus 2 root 5 all over 4. So yeah, we can still continue by simplifying, because the numerator has a common factor to the denominator, and what is common there is 2, and if 2 goes here, what will be left with is just 1, and if 2 goes into 4, what will be left with is 2. So the final answer becomes minus 1 over 2 root 5.